Hello, folks. My name is Michael Vandeburg. I am the author of Why Marijuana is Legal in America. You're probably wondering, is there any validity to this? Just quickly go search Section 7851 of Title 26. And I'll read it real quick. Existing rights and liabilities, repeal of any provision of the Internal Revenue Code of 1939 shall not affect any act done or any right occurring or accrued or any suit or proceeding had or commenced in any civil cause before such repeal. But all rights and liabilities under such code shall continue and may be enforced in the same manner as if such repeal had not been made. What you need to realize is that Congress made permanent rights and liabilities because it says specifically, I'm going to read that again, but all rights and liabilities under such code shall continue. Not only that, they go on to state, and may be enforced in the same manner. And that is key right there because the IRS, DEA, police officers, they do not know how, even district attorneys, they do not know how to tackle this because these are permanent rights. As you can tell, read it for yourself. These are permanent rights. And I have actually used this, not for marijuana, but actually drug charges in Bedford, Texas. And they had arrested someone and for prescription, she had prescription ibuprofen, 800 milligrams, just loose in her purse, and they was charging her for having that without having a prescription for it. But she actually did have a prescription. But anyway, I went in and sat down with a local sergeant and in the Bedford Police Department and pulled out these statutes in Texas and in the 39 statutes and showed him that she had a right to just pay the tax on that and not be charged with any crime by right. And within an hour, they dropped the charges and released her on that arrest. But the point is that these rights are available for marijuana, medical marijuana, and even drugs because Congress created all these rights in the 39 statutes and put them all in that one volume, the statutes at large. And if you read through there, you can see all these statutes that exist. And if Congress created a statute in the 39 statutes, then you need to speak up and let them know that you know your rights because they're going to drop the charges, most likely. If they're not, then you can have a reason to appeal. But most likely they'll be dropped. They won't even go any further with that because they do not know how to handle what the actual law says because the law says we have these rights and that you can enforce them. But don't depend upon your attorney or the DA or judges or anything like that. You got to know these yourself. You got to learn these and study these. And then you got to have the courage to speak up and let them know that you have these rights and you're going to enforce them because the jury is going to see this if they even go that far, which I don't think they ever go to a jury. I really don't. Just like that girl that they just dropped it and let her go. Matter of fact, he told me to keep studying because he had never heard any of these things before, these issues. Didn't even know what I was talking about. Didn't even have a clue. But you need to study these and know these things because all these rights, even cannabis, hemp, for industrialization, they're in the statutes. Congress recognized these things because they actually wrote a statute recognize these rights. And that's how we're going to open up and change our economy and all the farming and all these products that can be made from cannabis hemp is to claim these rights and enforce them ourselves because the government's not going to do it. Obama's not going to do it. Our states are not going to recognize an industrialization of cannabis hemp. They're slowly doing medical marijuana, but that's more of to me, is more of a selfish ambition. The real gold mine is industrialization of cannabis hemp. And that's why I am trying to educate everybody and push this issue because that is where we will create millions and millions of jobs and change huge industries for the industrialization of cannabis hemp. Thank you very much for listening.